Hard to name another show that can match it. Hard to name another show that can match it. Everybody from classy to ratchet. Heat fans like Jamal keep the flame alive. Dennis Lee got the Lake Show locked in 5 to Dub K to Augusta GA. Talk everything from NBA to anime. Chat like homies or debate like enemies. It's all fun and games, just match my energy. Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to episode 22 of the Match My Energy podcast. It's your boy Dennis Lee, aka DINO Fit Dennis.
Yeah, it's your boy JC2 Blessed Jamal. Before we begin, y'all please like, comment, subscribe. Match My Energy podcast. Go look at the last video, man. We did our playoff picture prediction. So each series, each round, we gave our prediction on what was going to be the results of that, who's going to be winning, and then we also gave our predictions on the finals. So it's full-on NBA playoff basketball season, so go ahead and let us know your thoughts. Let us know your thoughts early, so don't be coming out there second round, be like, oh, I knew they was going to win. No, we need to hear it early. So, keep on watching and engaging with us. Like, comment, and subscribe, man. Just want to start getting those out before we get into it. So
For sure, man. Oh, yeah. So, man, how was your week? Before we get into everything?
We've been straight, man. Just working. Haven't really did too much this week. Like I said, I had the oil stuff, car issues last week. This week it been running smooth, so I had to worry about that. Yeah, man, it's been a whole bunch of stuff going on in the city. I'm trying to get, outside probably next week. I'm off a little my 3-day weekend, so I'll probably try to do something there. A little trip somewhere, a mini trip, road trip coming around the corner. So just need to get out. But pretty much, bro, I've been chilling in the crib. I've actually been on a Call of Duty surge a little bit, so I'm not sure how many people have been on Modern Warfare 2 since it came out last year, but I've been on that heavy a little bit this week because they had like double XP week or whatever, or that program going on. So pretty much everything you weapon up faster, rank up faster. So I've been on that a little heavy this week on my gaming, which we need to get into a little bit more. I think I have some potential guests who are heavy into gaming. So I think we can probably get somebody on the kind of talk about what they're doing in the gaming world. 2K, I ain't on 2K anymore, but Call of Duty and anything else like that. So,
okay.
But what about you, man?
Shoot, man. Regular, working, training. Shoot, man, just trying to. I need to get internet. I need to get like business internet. So I'm looking for the hookup, because I ain't trying to pay them expensive things. So I'm trying to, upgrade the gym a little bit. So somebody who knows somebody, you know what I'm saying? Hook it up for your boy.
True.
And yeah. So I've been trying to, I don't know if y'all know this, but stuff for softball is expensive. Expensive, man. I've been trying to put this in perspective. So I found a couple of gloves. So I'm left-handed, so I got to find gloves for my right hand or whatever. And so I went on Marketplace
like
with my wife.
$2 more.
Shoot, luckily
left-handed stuff be like $2 more.
Man, right. It'd be more every time, man. So luckily my wife found 2 different ones. It was like one was 25, one was 15. We got them at different times. Or no, she found one for 25. I got one for free from a friend like a while back. So now I can give my cousin Matt or Mav a new one because he's gonna join the league with us. Yeah, it's weird. I got a lot of left-handers in my family, but So we went to Dick's trying to find like Shay one because we messed up or whatever, and so we was gonna just price some stuff out. Y'all, when I tell y'all, they are $300.
What?
$300 for gloves. I was like, y'all, this is just a fun league for me. I'm not ready to
Bro, you
commit
better go
$300.
to what you call it, like a donation bin or something.
Hey, I'm about to put on the shiesty mask. Get to
300, man. That
robbing.
look like he about to go to the minor leagues or something.
I'm saying. And then the glove or the bats start off like the cheap
Nah, the
weak
bat,
ones is like 200. For good ones, you
the
looking
bats
four,
are.
five.
Is this a league that's already built, or it's kind of like y'all just getting together? Because I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
they should have some spare bats that people can just borrow and
yeah.
stuff like that.
I'm definitely probably just gonna just like use one of my friend's bats. Like it's not that serious.
Yeah, because I
The
was like,
next
it
thing I
ain't.
might buy, that's crazy. That's 300, 400, 5 for a bat that I'm only gonna use like what once a week just for this fun league.
Yeah,
No. The only thing I'm gonna buy is
unless
like some batting gloves. They like $20, $30.
y'all said, I mean, your own glove. Because I think, okay, if you invest in a glove, I won't say the $300 one, but like less than 40 around there. At
Mm-hmm.
least you can have that glove for a duration. If you buy a bat,
Right.
you can have duration. But if you're not really going to the batting cages and stuff like that, like you really don't need a bat like that. And even the batting cage, I think they provide you with a bat. So,
Yeah. The bats
so
are
it's
kind of
like,
suck, but still.
yeah, they do. But I mean, it's free or it's come with the
Right.
price of the game. But yeah, man, yeah, I played baseball in middle school, so I understand how uh expensive that stuff gets.
Even just
But
the
yeah, I had
kids, even just the middle school stuff is expensive.
because even like you talk about that, and then it was like, you talk about the pads or I forgot what the pants are called. Those get expensive, multiple ones,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know, cleats was getting expensive. I'm not sure you're doing cleats out there or not, but
I'll try the first couple games with just some Hirachis or something and see how it's feeling.
I played they did a softball for when I was at work up there, and I used my soccer cleats. 'Cause I was like, I don't really need like the actual legit, because some of the cleats that have for baseball softball for speed for that
Mm-hmm.
that texture of the ground. I can't even think of but the dirt is supposed to stick in the dirt so you can cut better. But I was like, I
Oh,
need
okay.
something to dig in just a little bit. That's not now sneakers, because sneakers you'll just be sliding. So I was like, I just
Right.
use
I
the soccer
probably
cleats
should
out
get
there.
some.
So yeah, because you really can't mess yourself up if if y'all not just walking through it, you actually trying to play to win, then you actually want some type of something
Right.
that can dig in, because you don't want to hurt your ankle trying to cut or something like that. So
Man, I got these
um,
weak ankles, man. You know what? I'm gonna probably go get some cleats today. Let me quit playing.
hey,
Let me quit playing.
okay. I also looked at uh like Ross or TJ Maxx. They had a little section with the shoe.
True.
They be whatever, but just for the game, like you can find some
Yeah,
cleats
I'm not about
for
to.
that.
I don't need a
Yeah,
style. I don't need a style on them for
yeah,
this league. Yeah,
yeah, for
that's
sure. So
real.
you can find some
Shoot,
cheap stuff out there.
that's true. After we finished shooting last week, we went to the batting cage and was hitting a little bit. I think with some gloves because it was kind of hurting my hand because the bats was so like the
Then
padding on the bat, it was like so like it was some of it was off. There was gaps in it and stuff, so like it was rubbing and
yeah.
hurting my hand a whole lot. But I think with a good glove and a good like padding on the bat, a good bat, I'm gonna be sending it. This league ain't gonna be ready for me. I'm sending.
Plus it's softball, so it's like the best thing to me, because I'm like, depends on who you people outfield, they still gonna catch those outfields. So me, I just try
Yeah.
to hit it like right by like second base, like because I know I'll get two bases. Because some people try to boom it and try to get that home run, and like I ain't gonna lie, a lot of people ain't got that. Like
Yeah.
for the most part, it's gonna be easy to hit it up in the air, hit it super far, but that's gonna be easy out because people out
Yeah,
for the most part,
true.
if you legit can catch it, it's gonna hit it. But I was like, just try to hit it right near second base, get a little air on it, or hit the ground, get two bases, and then move it along.
Run
People try
from
to get that
there.
home
Yeah.
run. People try to get that home run. I was like, bro, you ain't gonna get on the first base if you got a decent outfield, for the most part. Gotta
Yeah, that's
gotta find out
true.
who your competition is. So
I'm gonna try to
uh
practice hitting that at because a lot of times I go to the batting cage, but like if I go try to hit at a field or whatever and see like how hard it is to get it to that fence, if I get a couple over the fence, I'm swinging. Because the way it felt,
I
the way
wish
I
I
was
was
feeling, I was
there.
like,
I wish I
the
was
way I was
there,
feeling.
man. I want to see that, man. Because
Oh yeah,
softball. I think I need to stick around if they got some leagues going on now. I'm pretty sure they do. I just don't know about them. Softball, I know was Julius was then involved in like kickball as well, so adult kickball
Mm,
league. So I'm gonna have to look into it around that season where people starting to do those type of leagues. So I have to look into
yeah.
that.
I want to get into like some softball or something, or not softball, but I want to get into like a dodgeball league or something.
Yeah, I would also, but I feel like that one might be. I don't know. I just don't like sitting out. Like I don't. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
gonna
true.
say
That's true.
I'm
Yeah,
not gonna say I'm gonna
yeah,
get out first. Like, but I don't want to be like getting out and be like, bro, catch it so I can get in, catch it to get in. Oh, the game over,
yeah,
round over. I just hate that momentum.
yeah.
So,
That's real. Oh, and also speaking of this weekend, last night when went to my boy Darnell's and we watched the fight.
mm,
Y'all know which fight? The Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. Boy,
right.
it's been highly anticipated. Highly anticipated. They had a lot of really good undercards too. Well, not a lot, but because it actually seems like the fight started a lot earlier because those fights that they thought
Yeah.
would go long did not. um, but yeah, man. So I go into it first. I go while I'm getting my hair cut. My sister FaceTime me, and my cousin Ike goes. He's like, "Yeah, man, we're about to watch the fight tonight. Who you got? This and that." And I already knew he was going for Gervonta, and I already
Mm,
knew Gervonta would win. Everybody in the boxing world was like, "Pretty sure he got this one." But both of them are knockout artists. Both of them have been able to put people down. It didn't. It wasn't a slouch. It didn't seem like it's going to be an easy win for him at all by any means.
yeah.
So I'm just trolling. I'm like, yeah, bro, I got 100 push-ups. Ryan Garcia gonna win. Man, because worst case scenario, I do some push-ups. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
literally work out it all the
You
time.
got the
So
money on the line.
right, I wouldn't about to put money on this. You crazy? Not on
Hey
this
man,
one.
because the money that because DC Young Fly had called out the game on social
Mm,
media. I think he put up, and the numbers might be wrong, but I think he said, I bet 20,000 that the Tank Davis wins. The game responded, he was like, well, I ain't got no choice since you already got Davis. I got to go Garcia, but let's make it 100K. I think, and then the way he told the story, because this is from the game perspective, he was like, DC was like, I don't know about 100K. I don't know. And the game was like, you got it. I see you all over the place. You got tours and stuff. I know you got it.
right,
So I guess he confirmed that bet because DC was on social media going crazy. Like he was like, I got it. Pay up, pay up. You know what I'm saying? So, hopefully that, those stuff can get a little messy when you start betting, especially even celebrities. They be calling you out like, hey, I bet this person, they ain't pay this. So I ain't gonna say this is the case, but it could happen.
right.
So I'm one of those. Like I ain't betting more than I'm like, if I ain't willing to let it leave for free, then I ain't trying to bet it either. So like, hey, y'all want to bet $10 on this game? All right, cool. $10 ain't nothing. So
Man, yeah. So yeah, it's a good fight. Also, man, it was a good little get together over there. You know what I'm saying? We tried Club Shay Shay's we tried Shannon Sharp's cognac.
okay, how was it?
Man, it
Honest opinions.
as a person who drinks a lot of whiskey and stuff like that, a lot of different ones. It's actually for a cognac, it's not that bad. It's a little sweeter, but still kind of had a bit more of a kick than um it still had a kick to it, but it was pretty sweet, man. So yeah, he got something. He got something, and it comes in this like the bottle shape's really cool, and it comes in this like big box too. So like the presentation's it's something that like if you had like a cabinet or something that you want to just display, something just to like
It's pretty nice.
show it off. Yeah, good for the display. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Shannon Sharp got something.
Okay.
Um,
A lot of people on the guests on his show, they be like, "Oh, this smooth, this smooth. Oh, it goes down
yeah,
easy, this smooth." So
yeah, and I think like if you have one of them, like once like that initial bite hit you, it'll end
mhm.
up going down smooth, and I think it'll kind of get people messed up kind of quick. honestly. So be careful. Definitely drink responsible, like more responsible than you would. So, but yeah, man. But yeah, so shout out to Darnell for that, man. Thanks for having us over. But yeah, and then of course after that, after the fights was over, we got into watching the end of the Laker game.
Bro, that game was absolutely disgusting. The first half.
Okay.
So y'all was watching that. I was watching some basketball. I ain't really go nowhere to watch the game, so the fight. So I was like, let me just catch the highlights. Some people streaming it on their phone anyway, so it's kind of watching from there from somebody else's point of view. Like most people do anyway now. But yeah, that game, bro, they scored 9 in the first quarter. The Grizzlies scored 9 points.
Like,
and then the Lakers had 35-9 going in the second quarter. And I'm like, now Ja Morant come back with injury, cool. He kind of gave his first 2 minutes go at it. He kind of sat down for a while, but the Grizzlies couldn't buy a bucket. They couldn't get the foul call, which, I mean, some of those, they look these blow layups and they put their hands up like, hey, I didn't get the fouls. Like, bro, you just blew a layup. Don't expect to get a foul every time you miss a layup either. They couldn't shoot those threes. Dylan Brooks keep on shooting threes. He ain't even a 3-point shooter, but the crowd is, agitating him on. So he's shooting like, I think 0 for 4 from 3 at a time too. I'm like, y'all just look awful. And I'm like, for me, I mean, I'm not a Grizzlies fan. I had them picked to win, but I don't look that way. But it's just like they just lost all type of momentum that they had from the game prior to.
Yeah. Don't poke the bear.
Don't
poke the bear.
And I mean, it was a casual game. LeBron didn't go crazy. Like some people was predicting was like, is he gonna go crazy? He gonna try to get the 40 that Dylan Brooks, even though we know LeBron wasn't gonna play into it. It's like LeBron.
Dude, I'm not playing. Yeah, I'm gonna win. That's what we talking about. I wasn't expecting LeBron to go and get 50 points because some kid is like, yo, I bet you can't do. You're not about to get in my head. I've been doing this for too long.
Not at this stage. That's what I'm saying. Not at this stage.
Right.
I'm like,
come on. It is a playoff game. This is just you know what I'm saying? Every game count. And I'm the lower seed too. Like, you don't have home court advantage in this series, or literally you won't have home court advantage the whole playoffs even if he makes it all the way to the final. Like, so
unless you steal it, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Unless you steal a win or something like that. Like, come on now. Kid. I'm gonna show you how to win as a team. And everybody was. I mean, from when I went back and watched, highlights and I was watching a little bit of it before we started. The fact that like everybody stayed for the most part healthy, everybody stayed cool. A good healthy Lakers team gonna get it done, man.
No. I'm so mad, bro. Right. I'm like, I'm not a Lakers fan, as everybody know. You might have put me as a hater. You can put me all you want to. I'm just saying, it seems like the Grizzlies should have put a little bit more bite into it. I'm like, y'all, they should be able to hang. I thought it'd be going to game 7, but I mean, it kind of looked more 6-ish than most. But I mean, to me, I feel like the Grizzlies can put a little bit more dent into them. I'm like, y'all just letting it kind of like let the moment escape y'all. I mean, Dylan Brooks did have the. I think I sent you that Dylan Brooks had an ejection, which we can talk a little bit on that. He swiped that LeBron groin area when he was dribbling. To me, it looks warranted for a technical foul, maybe a flagrant one, but not a ejection in my book. But to me, LeBron kind of played into it. He was on the floor. He kind of, flailing around, kind of lingered around on the ground. To me, at the same time, it's that area where people are sensitive. We don't know what the pain tolerance is, how hard he hit. We just only see from the video and pictures and stuff we see. But to me, it looked like it was something that LeBron could have bounced up right up from. Maybe like grimace a little bit, but it ain't something that he had him down and out for the count. Like he was too much acting for me. That's why I didn't like. Was he knew it would play into the decision of throwing Dylan Brooks out, but I was like, I don't know. What's your thoughts on it, man?
So for me, like, okay, I always try to like I have these little arguments in my head, you know what I'm saying, where I try to argue all the little sides and then I go, okay, I'm rocking more this way or whatever. So initially I look at it and I go, looked at all the angles and I know how even with getting tapped in the balls or whatever can eventually, like even if it don't look as strong, you hit that right angle on there, you hurting. Also, I don't think he did it on purpose. I don't think he, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Dylan Brooks did that. As much as I don't like him like that, like I don't think he did that like maliciously. So like for the ejection, a lot of times ends up being on something that people do purposefully. You know, you go and throw a punch at somebody, all that, whatever, you get ejected. But yeah, like so that was weird. But also I think I definitely agree with you. I think he was putting a little extra sauce on it to say, let me get this kid out of here. Let me show you my power. Let me show you I can just get you out of the game, bro. Like I'm LeBron. So ouch. Oh,
to me, I'm like
yeah, like he got shot.
Really exactly. I'm like, LeBron don't really care. But I was like, bro, keep him on the floor and still kill him and cook him. Like, but at the same time, like we said earlier, he don't really play into his mind games. Like, he ain't really about to face me anyway. But I'm like, come on. And then Dylan Brooks definitely wasn't trying to get anything dirty because he wants to compete against him. That's what he been saying. So why would he want to like injure somebody and then somebody can be like, well, you won the game because you did something dirty and LeBron was out for, the rest of the game, something like that. So like that doesn't look good on his part. So for me, Dylan Brooks definitely wanted to compete. So he wouldn't want to intentionally injure somebody. So it's just unfortunate. Ja Morant did have 45, 13 and 9, I believe, was his stat line, which was crazy for a game coming back.
Dude, yeah, when it looks like his hand is broke.
Wrist injury. Yeah. Now that was what we really need to talk about because I think he had like 17 or 20 in the fourth quarter. Like it was something crazy, bro. Like it was a point where that y'all was down by like 8 or 9, but it was like a minute and a half to go, and people was like, Grizz could have came back. But I feel like the lead, which I tell people all the time, yes, with the amount of 3-point shooting that you can catch up quickly, but when you're down so much in the first quarter, like you just battling yourself all the way up, like that's just so much of a big deficit. Like I feel like 20 to 25 in the first quarter is really hard to come back from. I think some teams can come back from like in the second quarter, but once you get in the first quarter, it's so hard to chip away every quarter and stuff like that. So they got to a little push at the end, but it was just too much to overcome. Even Ja Morant, 45, 13, 9, I feel like you should have been y'all should have had that wrapped up if everybody came and did what they had to do. But
it's one of them things where it's like, it looks like he needs help. Because you can only do so much. You putting up numbers like that and y'all lose. Like, because like you said, they only scored 9 points in the first quarter. So imagine if they scored 25 points in the first quarter. That 45 looks a whole lot better, you know what I'm saying? And it closed the gap out. But y'all made him have to dig out of a 12-foot hole, you know what I'm saying? Dig his way out of a 12-foot hole type of thing. Like,
yeah, and then he was like grabbing at his calf at like what are the last 20 seconds of the game. So I was like, it's stuff like that
dunk
because
or whatever.
He exerted so much. I'm like, you're gonna push for a loss, but next thing you know, you can't even play for the rest of the series or something like that. So it's a lot to go into it. So I just like, for me, hopefully the Grizzlies can bounce back. I understand you would like, F them, we can win the next two, whatever. How many y'all got? Me do next two?
2, yeah.
So but yeah, man, that's a game. That's a series to look out for. We'll see how Ja Morant can bounce back for the next game. Hopefully, we'll see how that turn out if he stays healthy. But for the Lakers side, y'all look good and healthy. Looking for a deep run. Unfortunately,
let's knock on all the wood. Knock on all the wood, y'all. Keep knocking every week. We're gonna knock on that wood, please.
Man,
Hey.
yeah, y'all looking good. So, and then LeBron
Ooh,
ain't really been able, like, y'all look good, and LeBron haven't even gone to his bag for real. If I'm
right.
being honest, like he ain't ever been like. I ain't. The others are kind of doing their job right now. So besides maybe like D'Angelo Russell, I don't know what his game was last night, but um,
Man,
yeah,
I
man.
don't know. I was trying to speak highly of him, man, but I don't know what's up. Like I want him to show us why we wanted him, why he's matured up now and all that. But
Man, I said what I said. I already knew he was gonna be
yeah.
that player. Because right now they were saying like if Russell shows his value this year, this offseason,
Mm,
like they don't have to worry about should we even try to consider going for Kyrie. We already got our decent point guard right now. But if he showed that he can't be effective in the playoffs, then it's like we know for sure Kyrie gonna show up in the playoffs. So
right.
but at the same time, I don't know if they want to bring him that burden and everything or not. But if you consider him a burden or not. Um, but yeah, I feel like D'Angelo Russell gonna have to show up. It may not be. Maybe this is his series not coming out. Maybe the next series, if I get it through, can be something that he can shine a light in. But he gonna have to step it up himself. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, because look, they gonna give some money out. They gonna
yeah,
they
I
gonna
was
give some
like,
money out, man. Like
we
they
gonna have
already
to
trying to pay
maximize this
Austin.
window.
They trying to pay Austin Reeves for showing up. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't know. That's kind of a weird pay. I'm like, is he going that crazy? But sometimes I think that's one of those like rewarding moments over instead of
yeah,
rewarding the whole thing. Which man, hopefully, I mean, as a Lakers fan, I hope he's proven. I hope I'm just talking stuff right now, and he ends up
yeah,
becoming like a great down the line type of thing. But I mean, I guess this is just like, I mean, he looks like a. I mean, I'm not gonna say he looks like Caruso because they play way different styles. And I'm not saying it because he's two different white players. Because or I'd say like a Jeremy Lin or like a, you know, what I'm saying like they having a
yeah.
cool
To me,
moment.
he cool, but I don't know. I don't know if he gonna
Yeah,
last, bro. I don't see it, but
right. I
hey,
hope.
prove us wrong.
Yeah, as a Lakers fan, please, bro, go crazy for 15 years on the Lakers. Help us get 12 more rings or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let me have all
He
that.
ain't doing that. He ain't doing
But
that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think
prove
he
me
got like
wrong, but I don't
he
see
gonna have
it.
a couple of years, and they gonna be able to get off of him. They'll be like, nah,
Yeah, he'll
it
be
was
at the
just
Bulls or
happy deal.
whatever. Hmm.
He's talking about Caruso story. That's Caruso
I
story,
know.
bro.
Right? Oh shoot, my bad. Uh,
He been a man or somebody like that, Kyrie, something like that. You know. Um.
yeah,
All right, man. Switching up. Let's talk about some of the injuries that we've been seeing. So we talked about a healthy team. We talked about John Morant kind of being unhealthy, but all
you
these
know
first round. It's the
that.
first time we talk. Go ahead.
This is actually what I was wanting to talk to you about. Remember before I was like, yo, there was something I actually wanted to talk about and I forgot. Yeah, this is it. Yeah, the injuries.
Bro, it's been crazy. The first round of NBA playoffs have had so many injuries to not only players, but superstar players, star players on a team. It's like
Yeah,
changing dynamics on the teams, changing people's predictions. It's kind of all over the place. So just to
yeah.
name a few, and then we can kind of go on what you think is if it's impactful or not, what's the reasoning and stuff like that. So
Okay.
we got Giannis back. Was a big blow. He got hurt
Mm,
first game. Was like, which also sparked debate was Kevin Love tried to take a charge while Giannis was in the air. He had no way to brace himself and hit right on his back. So he's been out. He's been out for the game 2 and 3.
hmm.
And then the Bucks and Miami split those 2 games. Tyler Hero got hurt in a Heat game, broke his wrist.
All right, and that's the one y'all ended up winning, right?
No,
No.
that was last game.
Oh,
So we didn't win that
okay.
game. That was game 2. Um, oh yeah, we didn't win that game. But um, broke his wrist. He's probably out for the entirety of the playoff series. You have
Yeah.
it's so many, man. You got Kawhi. hurt his knee, or having issues with his knee. Paul George is out. He never started the playoffs. Expected to be back in the second round if the Clippers can surpass the Suns. Doesn't look that way right now. Who else, man? It's so many people. It was somebody who just injured their knee. Who was that? Victor Oladipo on the Heat just injured his knee last night. It looked bad. It's like he went for a layup or something, and it just looked like it caved underneath him. So it doesn't look good at all for him. Let me see who else on there. I think that's a good. I think that's majority of the players that's kind of hurt.
Joel. Yeah.
Joel got hurt. Yes. Was he hurt? Yeah, because he got injured.
But it wasn't like too crazy. But like, I think he's back. But
what?
Well, either way, he get a little time to heal up and try to, since they swept. So
yeah, so he missed last game. The Harden and the 76ers was able to finish off the Nets, but Doc Rivers came out and said Joel is just at 50% right now. So I'm like, 50%. Yeah, I think the Celtics is about to wrap it up in the next 2 games. So probably next week, or end of this week, y'all might be. I don't know how the schedule set up, but y'all might be playing. So if he only at 50% today, how fast can he wrap up? So, and to me, ain't no way they beat the Celtics without Joel Embiid. It's just no way they gonna do it.
Yeah, I don't think Harden can do it alone at all. So, okay, so I guess this is first off, a lot of the fact that it's these big stars, it semi makes sense, but it semi doesn't. Like, it's like since they play so much and they play at a high level, there's more risk of injuries and all that. But I think it's becoming like more frequent than in past years and past seasons and in history. So like it's starting to look crazy, and we can't just say it's because of the extra games, or we can't say what we normally have thought, not enough rest time and blah blah blah, because I'm starting to think, and I think I like quickly mentioned it to you because I wanted to talk more about it on the show, like when we talked about the bigger, faster, stronger. So basically it's like, like you got people that are like way bigger than 90s, early 2000s, even 2010s now. And you got people that run way faster. You could agree that like De'Aaron Fox, John Morant's, a lot of these players run way faster than people in the past. Like they would, and they're a lot more explosive, a lot more explosive. So now you have to deal with these fast twitch, muscles just firing away. And I think I sent you that one video where basically it talked about how now players are playing so much more basketball before they even get to the league, to where over time there just ends up being like injuries that just, it's because your body just is like worn down. It's like a car. Like, yes, I can keep getting the oil changes on time. I can keep, doing all the things, changing out the tires. But if you keep putting so many miles on that car, it's just nothing you can do after a while. You know what I'm saying? You've never seen a car that gets to 1 million miles. So, from AAU to college to working with the trainer to basketball all year round. A lot of these players play basketball nonstop from 8 to the league.
That's so true, man. That's so true. It's so many games already been played. Like by the time they get to the NBA, be like, y'all want us to play more? What's going on? I thought we made it.
Right. That was 82 games. Yeah.
Then the playoffs and stuff like that.
Right, playoffs, and then they turn around and play in the Drew League and the whatever league, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they ain't playing as much, but just the pickup basketball games.
Yeah, true.
Your body doesn't know the difference. It's not like your body, it's not like your body goes, oh, we just playing pickup, cool, I'll turn off my meter today. Like, no, it's still wear and tear on the body. Like,
yeah, even I mean, here's some sportcasters and commentators talking about load management. Like, we saw a huge number of load management this season and the past couple of years now. But is it
yeah,
really effective? Is it even working, or is people just using it as an excuse just to rest, take off some games? Because right now, I'm like, to me, I don't see it. I don't see it benefiting the player anymore because people are still getting injured even when the player is load managing. Perfect example, Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi has
Kawhi
not been
Leonard,
playing,
goddamn.
and to me, it might just be one of his. It might just be his knee, so it might be a bad example. But to me, I'm like, he was low managing this whole entire time. They said we be the organization came back and said we did this before him for him to get to the playoff and be healthy. And now you wrap up the minutes, you wrap up the intensity of the play, and now he injured. Same knee that's been
Right.
causing him issues, which don't look like I mean, to me, don't look like he coming back. Like, it's 2 or 3 games. Like, it's one of those, like, it might be done for us. So, and to me,
Yeah.
to me, that drastically changed a lot of the NBA games and stuff like that because a lot of us had the Suns going to the finals, Western Conference finals, with the past Clippers. I thought so as well, but I thought the Clippers had enough to be like, 1 second, we still can go to 7, we still can go to 6. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
Keep it interesting.
keep them a fight. Paul George, I mean, we kind of knew that going in the round, but I feel like if both of them was playing Kawhi, Paul George, like, I'm not saying it was winning, but they got a good little chance, especially how they played the first game. So, and if Russ can just manage his turnovers and kind of do what he do, I mean, they look pretty decent. So, it is unfortunate, man. I don't know about the injuries, man. It's just like, I don't know if this coincidence that all these kind of happened in the first round. So all these big players, it's the style of
Yeah.
play, something needs to change, or it's just one of those, like, you hate to see it because right now it's a time where everyone wants to see all the star players play
Right.
healthy. I mean, we already know it's a part of the game, like somebody's gonna get injured, but the injury that's been happening is just like, it's not like a tick tack foul, something like that, or injury to where it's like, he'd be down for a quarter, he coming back after halftime. It's like, man, this person about to be out for a week. I'm like,
Yeah.
a week is a series right now.
Yeah, we've had one week of playoff basketball so far, and now, shoot, like, if you put in perspective, the Sixers are done playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they already
been played for each series. Yeah.
Like, it's already some whole series are decided now. So you can't just a week is where during the series a week was fine, or during the season a week was fine. Okay, you can miss that, sure, but dude, you can't even miss a game in the playoffs. You never know what can get decided off that.
Exactly, momentum shifts and everything, man.
Yeah. And that's one of the reasons why I think, Ja still came back and played, because with the type of injury that he even said he couldn't feel his hand after that game. I'm like,
yeah, they was like, he couldn't
what? I mean, he probably has a broken hand right now. Yeah.
He couldn't squeeze, he couldn't pick up objects, he couldn't dribble, something like. But I mean, dude, hopefully it's one of those, like, hey, if I use it, it start to feel more better. Take a little shot to that hand, get it so you don't feel the pain, and then you deal with the pain while you're in your off days. But to me, I don't know, man. That don't seem like it can be sustained throughout the playoffs if they was to somehow move past the Lakers. I don't see like sustaining it for them going deeper, because especially your shooting hand, your dribble hand, your dominant hand, those are injuries that's like so tough to come back from at a quick pace. So
yeah. Oh yeah. No, so yeah, I don't know, man. It's getting kind of weird. Like, I don't know how, like, what's the solution, I guess. I'm kind of wondering, like, what can they do to kind of like slow this down? And I was thinking about that collective bargaining agreement where they said in order to get end of year awards, you have to play like a minimum of 65 games, and you have to like. But then they also have clauses like injuries or unforeseen circumstances or whatever. But for the most part, you're asking these players to play 65 games, and some of these schedules are like back to back to back. You playing like 5 days in a row for sometimes. Like,
yeah, that's a big point, because also like if you play 65 games
right,
and the top 10 players, top 12 players in the league don't sustain that, then you're looking at 13 to 20. Be like, well, now what's I don't know, a good. Now Derek White on the Celtics is eligible for MVP because he certifies the 82 game or 65 game
hey,
minimum. But
now Mikal Bridges is this year's MVP.
He was the 14th player because everybody else was below the 65 minutes, 65 games. So
Yeah,
it's kind of one of those, like, I think this year gonna be like let's see how it goes. But I feel like if a year becomes like that, where it's like a whole bunch of role players are eligible for MVP when they truly should not be, I feel like that's gonna be, and they'll be like, let's change this one out, because we shouldn't have, somebody who should be more eligible for a 6-man be MVP, if that makes sense. So
right, yeah. So I don't know. I think it's overall going to be like a weird season next year. And then also want to see how I mean, we've talked about this in previous episodes, so y'all can go back for that. But I don't know. I definitely think that like with the injuries, it's kind of like, how are we saying that we're here for the players? And then we're seeing what's happening when these players are playing all these games that you want them to play, which honestly, as an NBA fan, we want to see these players play that. But as a human, I know how, and shoot, as a trainer, I know how much rest is needed and all that type of stuff, especially playing at the high level that they're playing. And over time, like, we're acting like these guys are like majority of them. Well, I mean, I guess it's starting to fizzle out a little bit, but like, think about this: the majority of them are like 25 and up. What your body do after about 25? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you start feeling it, man.
Yeah, he feeling it, all that. Like, so, I mean, you think LeBron is almost 40 years old. Y'all want him to play. Man. Y'all want a 40-year-old to play 45 minutes a game, score 40, 50 points, not take games off. Like, come on. That makes no sense to me.
Exactly. Let's be real here.
So yeah, nah. Yeah, I hope they do something about it. And I don't know. I was gonna say, like, with them sweeping like this, does it help? I mean, is this starting to help out his case? I mean, I'm starting to, I'm saying I want Joel to get it, but like, does that help out his case? Sweeping, I think it was the only one that swept so far, right?
Yeah.
Because the other one's already off. The Hawks, since they got their dub in there, so now that's not gonna be a sweep.
Yeah, that was the most likely one to be. I knew the Nets was gonna give you one, but that was the most likely one. But now it don't look like that's gonna happen. So, well, it can't happen. So,
shoot, yeah, they bringing it. So so this is showing that man is kind of that man. Like, as long as he stays healthy-ish, hopefully he can heal back enough to at least push through it. And of course, they'll probably get these players medicated up and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, that's true too.
Because first off, going back to Ja, you don't go from, hey, they have good medicine. So I'm gonna just say that, I guess, but you don't go from I can't move my hand at all to shooting that many threes.
What's it called? It's like a pain reliever shot that they take.
The cortisol shot.
Yeah. They didn't take that.
Boy, there's that plus some more.
Like, they was like, yeah. They was like, man, you don't really feel nothing. Like, as soon as you take it, it's like instant. You don't feel nothing. I think Gilbert Arenas was talking about it as well. But as soon as that wears off, instantly it's like so much pain. So it's like,
well, because you already had the pain from before, and what you think that if it's already broken and you're just constantly just hitting it the whole time, it's not getting worse. So just because you can't feel it, don't mean it ain't getting worse while it's happening. You know what I'm saying? They just numbing all that out for you. So yeah, I bet he in pain right now, literally right this second. Like, man, but
he probably woke up in agony this morning.
Boy, luckily they made it to where they could smoke.
He said he might need a little something today.
Yeah, he might have to open up that bag, man. Boy, I know. So yeah, the injuries have been pretty crazy, man.
Yes, man. Any playoff series that stood out to you?
Of course.
You know, playoff predictions. Anybody like, oh my gosh, I didn't know how this was gonna be, or like, oh, I didn't know this was gonna be like this.
Okay. If I'm thinking, of course, the Kings.
Okay, I thought you were about to say Lakers. All right.
No. I'm off that for now. Just for now. Of course, the Kings. That whole series is getting really exciting. I don't know, man. Like, of course, we was like, that one's a decent one, but like, it's been pretty cool. I guess we haven't talked about it. The Draymond suspension.
Oh yeah. I
guess we did it. I mean, not on the show.
Because it's all this 1 week. Yeah,
dude, this whole week has been. Yeah, I almost forgot about it. E40 got ejected.
Yeah, that
was man.
That's wild. For standing.
Yeah, they wouldn't have did that to. Yeah, but yeah, man. So that series has been pretty crazy. I like that. I don't think that Draymond should have been suspended. I mean, first off, why would you grab a dude's ankle? And then it looked like he was just like a clumsy dude trying to like land his foot down. It didn't look like he was trying to stomp him out. The memes look funny, but I don't think that was the reality of it.
I'm gonna have to disagree.
You know, you think he was trying to stomp him out?
For sure. I think he did it on purpose. I don't think he should be suspended because he got ejected. I feel like that was enough.
Yeah.
Suspended, I'm like, come on now.
Because then you got to do the same thing to the dude. You got to do the same thing to Sabonis because he was doing this. He was like literally trying to lock up his ankle, which could have hurt his ankle. Like if I'm trying to go into a dead sprint and you grab my ankle.
Yeah, the only reason they couldn't suspend, in my opinion, they couldn't suspend Sabonis because they did eject him in the game. It'd be like,
I thought they did eject him.
Nah, they didn't eject him. They gave him a tech or flagrant, but I'm like, well, he played the rest of that game. Why are you going to suspend him now? Like, you can't go back. That's the only reason I feel like they didn't give that out. But to me, the only thing is that Draymond messed up now is like, because Sabonis and Draymond, they both responsible. But because the incident happened, like, look at what's going on with the rest of the league and the flagrant fouls and the suspensions. Like, they have messing up a lot of games. Like,
you think it like messes up the precedents? Yeah,
like Joel Embiid kicking at Nick Claxton. You know, to me, a lot of people was like that should have been grounds for suspension. To me, that should have been more grounds for suspension because he actually, like,
right.
Dylan Brooks one was like, oops,
yeah,
but okay, get ejected. Joel Embiid was like intentional, like it was legit intentional trying to keep somebody growing. He just missed. So I was like, okay, cool. But they end up ejecting James Harden for a swipe at the groin area as well. So I'm like,
also, what's up with this?
It's like a push-off move.
Why y'all keep doing that? Why y'all keep doing that?
I was like, y'all, these are stars. These are not like to me, I was like, the Nets should have been able to win that game because those are like, and then Nick Claxton, that same game, that game was wild actually. That same game, Nick Claxton got ejected for staring down Joel Embiid for like 8 seconds. So I was like, what? Well, he already had a prior technical foul, so they gave him another technical foul. And of course,
dude, the stuff they be calling tech zone is crazy. The stuff they call tech zone is just what are we talking about?
What's the stare down? I never understood that part of like why stare downs are like called as taunting and people can't can't do that. It's a technical foul. I'm like, you're looking at me all game anyway. Like, just because I look at you aggressively means
Right.
what?
Because I lower
You're
my
not gonna
eyes
do
a little
nothing?
more on this look. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, that is one of the worst technicals, especially when you get a dunk and you stare the person down. Like, you dunk on somebody, like,
Yes. It's like, yo, like, I think refs, I mean, because a lot of them are, but like a lot of refs, I think they need to be like hoopers for a little bit. Not just basketball players, but you need to go to the park. You need to go to the Y. You need to get some games under you because, like, if you realize that's nothing.
okay.
Like a stare down is nothing compared to, dude, I don't.
But okay, some of the refs may have played, but I think it got to be changed in the rule book because if you are an NBA ref and you played in the NBA, say you played in the NBA, and you know this is not a technical foul, but in the ref training, they are saying this has to be called as a foul. You will call it as a foul, even in your heart and soul. Be like, nah, this ain't a foul. Oh, they playing hard. I ain't gonna give them a foul for this. But if to get to that level as an NBA ref, they trained them on the rules, and the rule book is saying staring at this guy is a foul. So to me, they need to take it out of the rule book in order for
I
them
feel
to.
you. Yeah.
Because a lot of
They need
stuff
to
we keep
revamp.
saying, yeah, a lot of stuff. I mean, some refs do be making some bad calls and don't make calls at all. But we can't keep saying, "Oh, it's the ref, it's the ref." It's like this is how the game is told. This is how the game is
Y'all gotta
supposed to be ref
adjust to the rules.
for the rule
Yeah.
book. So you have to adjust to that. So
Like they said, Kobe
in some cases.
read the rule book. Kobe used to read the rule book notes so he can know what he could get away with, what he has to do, so he could adjust to the game. Go through, read what the refs have to call, so you know what the refs are looking for, what they aren't looking for, and it just helps you with that advantage. I know that if I touch your shirt here, it's not a foul, but if I touch your shirt here, it is. You know, just little things. So, yeah, man. So I agree. Like, yes, it looks dumb to us, but you have to adjust. You have to adjust with the times for sure. I mean, I just think that it's dumb, like how, like, dang, I'm about to sound like an old dude. Like how soft it looks when, like, people used to get punched in the face and get a flagrant one, and now you get ejected for staring. That's crazy.
Let me specify. He had a tick for, but you know, I see what you're saying.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like how do you even get to a tech? How do you even get to a tech for looking at a dude? That looks crazy. It just looks crazy
too long.
overall.
Looking at a dude too long.
But I'm gonna look at you this whole time. We about to get on. I'm about to hold you on defense. What do you think I'm gonna do while I'm playing defense?
Exactly, bro. That's why.
And on top of that, if I catch your body or if I block somebody's shot super aggressively, you know how hard it is for me to not cuss this dude out a little bit.
That won't say it's just emotion in the game. It's just the emotion of the game. Like, how you not now? You know, some people got like the pointing and the stepping over.
Yeah,
I can see that. Even the pointing, I'm like, I think the point is still fine because even like, you cross somebody up, they touch earth, they fall down. I'm pointing at him, make the shot. Like, to me, that's fine. Like, what is the big deal? Like, it's not like it's
y'all
hurting
won't
y'all
won't showmanship. Y'all won't, you know what I'm saying? But the whole stepping over and all that.
Want entertainment, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
And so
that's what y'all say. It's just entertainment. So let's insane.
Right. Man.
But yeah, I do. Okay, going back to your point, I do agree. Sacramento Kings and Warriors are a shocking, like, exciting series. I think that's probably one of the more exciting ones. Man, I hope the Kings, bro. Oh man, I hope the Kings can last. Man, I do not want to see the Warriors move on, but the Kings, I mean, I think they got enough, man. I think they got enough. I think they have to win the next one. I think they up 2-1. Oh, is it 2? I gotta look up that series. I think it's 2-1 because they went 2-0, and then Curry went crazy. Curry went crazy. They won without Draymond being there. So the next game, I think the Kings got to win for sure on their home court. Make it 3-1. Wrap it up.
Yeah, this is one of them. I don't know. So that one was shocking to me. Of course, like I said, it's been exciting to to watch. Also the Cavs, Knicks. I mean, just some good basketball being played over there. Surprising, but I mean, actually, it's not surprising because I mean, Knicks are up 2-1, I believe.
Yeah.
So I got that. I remember I got that one. Hopefully, I get that one right.
I know I had Cavs on that one, so we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think Cavs gonna make it, bro. I think the Cavs can do it. That gonna be tough, man. The only thing right now, which let me talk about the Miami just a little bit in the Bucks series. So a lot of people had the Bucks sweeping or in 5 games. I think you had
yeah.
5
I think
6.
I said 5.
So I mean, with the injury to Giannis, it looks
That's
like
big.
Miami can have some type of leeway. It still doesn't look like. I think a lot of people still have the Bucks favored, as they should still number 1 seed. They just won last night. A big game, hit like record threes in the first quarter, something like that. After a huge blowout that we lost the second game. So they won without Giannis. Then we won again without Giannis on game 3. So I feel like game 4 will decide how the series will go. If Miami can go up 3-1, that would be huge. But if they tied, then I feel like the Bucks gonna get Giannis back, and that's how it's gonna determine the series there. But I feel like teams like that, like the 1 and 8 seed, was gonna battle each other anyway. I feel like Miami was gonna battle test the Bucks anyway. The
Right.
only teams I can see that's not like word or phase is like Nuggets and Timberwolves. That 1 8 seed ain't. The Nuggets are handling them fine. We haven't even really heard too much about that series. Like, if you're not watching that series, you ain't hear nothing from that series. Like, I
Yeah.
think Anthony Edwards had 41 and Jamal Murray had 41 games, something like that. But I mean, people are like the Nuggets gonna get it. They're gonna wait on the next round. So
Right.
some games are more interesting, other more series are interesting, but it's one of those. I feel like some of these games, some of these series gonna have to be wrapped up quickly because some of these game 7s that may come out, I don't know. It's up in the air for whoever can have those. So especially like a Suns, Clippers, if it goes game 7, which I doubt it now, but Warriors and Kings for sure. They go to game 7 up in the air. Who else could probably? Knicks and Cavs, I feel like can go to game 7. They kind of evenly match there. And that's pretty much it. I think everybody else, I think the Lakers gonna wrap it up in 6. I think that's done. So pretty much just like 2 or 3 teams that probably go to game 7 in the first round, man.
Yeah, man. It's not. I don't know. It's not that. I don't know. I think the next round will probably kind of even things out. I don't know. I felt like there were some teams that I'm like, why were you even in this? It sounds kind of bad to say, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. They didn't quite bring it like that. Like I thought, like Timberwolves, of course, I thought they would be better in this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's just like y'all just kind of rolling over and dying, or like maybe you just ain't got it.
Yeah, I feel like they need something else there. They need an extra push there, but hey, kind of Nuggets. The Nuggets are not as threatening as other teams in the West. So to me, I feel like they should be able to get a win or 2 against the Nuggets. But I think they're 3-0 right now. I think the Nuggets are. So kind of those like, if y'all can't get against the Nuggets, then I don't know,
Yeah.
Because a lot of people at the Nuggets not going deep. I feel like
that's crazy.
I feel like whoever they get next round is going to be a big challenge for them, but they had an easier round, so they should have enough energy and firepower for the next round to. But
right,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. What you got next?
So. Oh shoot, I lost it.
That might be a shorter one. It's been playoff
Playoff
all weekend.
Playoffs
had to fight. So
yeah, man, that was had to fight. Also, this is random. I used to hear it a little bit back when I was back when I was like high school a little bit, like near the end of high school. And then a little bit, not too much in the Navy, I guess. But now it's starting to come back, man. People keep saying I look like Reggie Bush. I just saw that in the comments. I was like, what the heck?
I can see a little bit. I can see it a little bit. It's one of those like you don't see it until somebody say it. So
yeah. But here's the crazy part. I can't I get so many different things like Reggie Bush, Franklin Saint. Yeah, Snowball. They said this one dude said I look like the dude who played Hawkman off of Black Adam. So I said that. And Lance Gross. I'm like,
who?
Yeah. Lance Gross or whatever.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I'm like, first off,
movies.
Yes, him. I'm like, I can't. First off, I don't think I look like them. I don't know. Reggie, there was a picture. There's a picture of Reggie Bush on this like article on this like magazine I saw a long time ago, back when he was playing for the Saints, where I was like, okay, I kind of see it there. But if all of these dudes don't look alike, how do I look like all of them? What the heck, man?
It's like a combination of each. Like you got a feature from each person, so they only see that feature when they comparing it. So
yeah, it's just funny, man. Who do people say you look like?
Ooh, I don't really get a lot of that. I don't know. I'd say like high school when I had like a slimmer face, I feel like a lot of people say Antoine Jameson. I was like, bro, what? That was a random one. But I don't really get a lot of look at like I know like some people be like, do I know you? And it'd be like a random person like from a grocery store, but it won't be like no like a celebrity type of deal. It's like, hey, ain't you such and such? I said, no, ain't your name? Mm-mm. Then you go to I did not. So
I did not. No. Man,
so I get like a lot of those. Like I get like you look like you remind me of, but I don't get a like celeb look like. I don't get none of those.
I remember in 9th grade, this girl, it was in history class, for no reason, she just turns around and goes, she was looking at me and I was like, okay. And like I said, y'all, I was a shy, barely talk to anybody kid, scared of her. I'm just like, okay. What she stared at me for? And she was just like, nigga, you look like Jody Breeze.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Dang, was she loud like that too?
For no reason. My teacher was like, what? Because I think it was like taking
a we were working on something. Like, you know what? He kind of do look like.
He kind of do. I see that. Them boys got them boys.
Like, okay. What about this? This be a question to the audience. Do y'all have any lookalikes? Let us know. Any celeb lookalikes? Yeah. Legit ones.
And who do y'all think?
Don't say you look like Beyonce if you don't look like Beyonce.
Oh. Yeah. Who do y'all get? No, not who y'all think y'all look alike, but who do people say that y'all look like?
Okay, yeah.
Be honest, because people be having their heads. Man, honestly, man, I look just like Idris. You know, shut up.
Hey, you can't.
That was just a funny. I was just saying so.
It's the eyes for me. It's the eyes. I think you got a little something with that with Reggie and him. So, but yeah, y'all let us know who people say you look like.
And who do we look like? Who do y'all think? It's okay. We can take it.
Yeah.
we can.
Well, let me get my good face now. Come on now.
Right. From this angle, who do I? Yeah,
so
man.
We get flamed for no reason.
Who?
So
I can take it. I can take it out.
That can be funny though, man. When people, engage and say something like it'd be crazy, especially friends and relatives. They definitely gonna say, "Oh, y'all been looking like this. You look like this." But to hear from somebody random, be like, "What? Okay."
Dude, people just random.
Surprising.
Because then, like, you know, because as y'all know, I'll be still going through all the comments on stuff and all that, especially on that LeBron story video or whatever. There was one dude, he said it like we was talking about it or something. He's like, nah, but you look like, he's talking like how people say I talk, like we was having a conversation already. He's like, nah, but you for real look like Reggie Bush. And I'm just like,
Where this
were
coming
we
from?
talking about this? Where do we?
Like, nah, he was looking at Reggie Bush highlights, and then he came to that video. Was like, wait a minute.
Let me.
I said, where this come from, my guy?
Thanks, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, man. Shoot. Oh, I forgot what I did want to talk about. So I saw all-time great coach,
Mm.
Phil Jackson. He was getting interviewed he was having a conversation with Rick Rubin. And he was saying basically how he kind of stopped watching the game because it started getting too political. You know, he stopped when we went to the bubble and they were wearing jerseys with like freedom on the back or justice or equal opportunity. And he make little jokes and stuff like that. Like even my grandkids were making jokes like justice just passed the ball to equal opportunity and got blocked by, you know, whatever. And it's just like, and he was like, it just felt like it was getting too political and I didn't like the slogans on the floor. And I'm like, what slogans? You know, because the slogan I saw was Black Lives Matter, and you didn't like that, you know, and it kind of, it was kind of disheartening for me being a Lakers fan, being a person who watched the Bulls in the early, you know, in the mid 90s and all that. And he was a big coach. He was a coach that a lot of us thought was, and they even presented him as being a more hippie, more open-minded and a for us type of person. And so to see that, it kind of like makes me feel I guess a big, you know, over and over theme has been, you know, you should never try to idolize someone or try to like get this image in your head of who you think they are and then be shocked when they show you who they really are.
Yeah, man. It's kind of one of those, it's like I don't want to say like, pretty much he acted appropriately to get what he wanted.
Right.
It's what it kind of seemed like. He was like, hey, I'm cool with my players. I'll get along with my players. I treat them fairly. Look what it got me. It got me my championship. It got me my recognition as coach. Now that I'm out, I'm not so attached to the league as much. I can speak freely. I can be how I want to be. You know what I mean? Because it's like I already got the accolades. I already got the recognitions I wanted. So now I can speak how I want to speak. Like I don't really gotta hold my I gotta hold my hands to the fire to some regard. But I mean, to me, it's stuff like that. It's like, who can you really like trust at this point? Because it's like, to me, when you sent me this and I saw it, I was like, it came from him. Like of all people, like it's some coaches I feel like if this came from them, we'd be like,
yeah, no, I get it.
Kind of saw it, you know what I'm saying? When we seen Phil, I was like, what? Phil, what? Like, and it's like, it's one of those like unprovoked, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like he had a
who asked, like who said that?
Don't look like he had like a political statement or he was on a political platform. He just kind of like just said it out of nowhere. So I'm like,
and here's
those
the
are the
even more
worst ones
telling
when
part.
it's unprovoked because you know for sure he had it in his heart this whole time.
So and to kind of drive it a little bit, he was talking to Rick Rubin. So for those who don't know, Rick Rubin is another older white guy who works in hip hop. Basically helped with, I believe, and I'm not pulling it up right now, but with Def Jam. He helped like bring up early Def Jam with Russell Simmons and all that. So you have two old white guys who benefited and have thrived. Oh, that's what it was?
Yeah, he was a co-founder of Def Jam's. American Records and also Columbia Records.
So, two old white guys who made all of their riches off of black. Black, I mean, everybody, when you think of basketball, you think of black people. When you think of hip hop, you better be thinking of black people, Yeah, and so you have two people who have made money of this, and you still have the nerve to, and Rick Rubin. I didn't listen to the whole thing, so I don't know if Rick Rubin was like, "Hey, man, I don't know," but he was also kind of just out of touch. So I don't think he does too much. He's very much so off the grid type of person. So, but at the same time, when you hear someone go, "Yeah, man, I didn't like that Black Lives Matter stuff," but it's like, okay, but it mattered when you got your riches. It mattered when
it benefited you. Exactly.
Yeah. So so the lives don't matter. It's just like you just look at them as shells of people who can help get you what you want. You want the rhythm, but you don't want the blues.
Mm.
And so it's, don't be my friend when it's convenient. Don't be my cool when it's convenient, man. Like, and it was very disheartening to see, but honestly, when it comes to someone being super old, if you come from that era where things was already segregated and you're passing that down, how am I supposed to be shocked? I'm not shocked when Jerry Jones picture or whatever.
That was a global scene that happened in 2020 that led to that.
Right.
The stuff that was on
and why?
Stuff on the floor.
And why was it saying all that? Yeah, literally, that was like that George Floyd, all that.
I can see if it was like all of a sudden the NBA was like, let's get political, let's do something, different, and we'll do this for this season. This season will be dedicated to Black Lives Matter season. No, this was caused because of something that occurred that was so traumatic, that was so visual. That
literally months before that.
Yeah, I was like, it was people from other countries that was like, this is so wrong. Like, we wanted to support y'all in so many ways. Like, they have no, I don't know, no benefit of supporting us. Because in their eyes, it could be like, this is your guys' problem over there in the US. But it's so, traumatic, and it was seen, I don't know. To me, it's a tough thing that he said. It's one of those, an apology, you ain't coming back from that, because that's something that it was it came from his heart, his soul. It's not something that's like, oh man, I misspoke about this. It's like, no, you've been holding on this one, and you just been waiting for a platform just to say it out loud. So, to me, it makes him looks differently. I feel like a lot of his players gonna have something. Be like, hey, you was a good coach, but I can't ride with you no more. Like, I feel like that.
And it was like he said, a lot of
bridges right now.
There was another thing that he said where he goes, they seemed like they were just trying to cater to one base, and by doing that, you maybe lost another base, or you alienated other people, and that hit me, because it's like, okay, so honestly, I feel like, and I don't care what come of this, if I feel like that, if I say Black Lives Matter, and you try to prove to me why it doesn't, because if you say, why are you saying that? Why you did it? You're trying to tell me that it doesn't, or you're trying to bring up all these things. Well, what about? Well, what about? So, if you're one of those people that get offended when you hear that, knowing what we go through, knowing what we've gone through, that it's not just some out of nowhere. We didn't just start saying that for no reason.
Exactly.
So if you feel offended by that, then I don't really care, because basically what happens is the base that he said feels left out or feels offended by that are racist. So why should I accommodate a racist? Yeah. Why should I try to make you feel comfortable when no matter what I do, my existence on this planet that I didn't help, I just was here one day, offend you? You mad because I'm happy, like that I'm happy?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was like, bro.
So
to me, it's one of those you can't come back from. I'm sorry. I don't know what he can do. He can donate how much, he can apologize. Even if he feel like he did something wrong, he might not even feel that way. But
Right.
if he come to that, because I feel like, I mean, a lot of sports figures, a lot of big prominent people gonna talk about it, pick it up, especially people who been around him, been one of his players, gonna speak to him directly. And well, I hope so. I mean, this is all hopes.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, I saw you posted this. He was a coach of mine. I didn't appreciate this. Feel like you either misspoke, you didn't misunderstand, or
Right.
you know what I mean? So hopefully some people just go out and reach out to him. But at the same time, I feel like this is something he sincerely meant. And I don't see
Right.
people feel like I'm not trying to make you feel comfortable after you said something that you actually mean. You know what I mean? Like, I can't keep
Right.
going around and be like,
If you
well,
come to me and say
I think you should
something,
have said it like this. You shouldn't have mentioned this. No, he said what he said. He's a very intelligent man. I feel like he knew exactly what he was saying. So I feel
right,
like,
he's a very calculated person. I mean, from watching The Last Dance to all the other things that, shoot, literally me watching and reading his books back in the day and all that, like, he had a certain amount of like wisdom to him to where it's like, this should almost be a layup, bro. Like, this isn't hard for you to comprehend. But let's say you're from an old time, sure. Shoot, literally my older conservative dad, when all this stuff started happening, he came to me and asked, instead of just flying off the handle on whatever social media or whatever. Like, he was like, yo, I don't understand this. Can you enlighten me? Yeah, sure. Do that.
yeah, but
Like,
at the
get
same
out of your
time, I
own.
mean, also we say like old times, but Phil, he doesn't adapt to the changes. Like, he's not one of those players. He's not one of those. Okay, I don't feel like he's one of those people that's like, oh well, I'm just living in this point in time, because he went through the '90s, he went through the 2000s. Like, it's been so many evolutions of changes. I'm like, you should be able to understand the adaptation, unless he just didn't.
I don't. I don't. I don't. I was just, that yes, he was alive for all of that, but what adapting did he do? We're talking about a guy who ran the
I was saying, like,
same
he should
off
have. I
the
don't know if he
same
did. He should
he
have
ran the
been able
same
to.
off, like, if taking it back to basketball, he ran the same offense, the same style from the Bulls to the Lakers, and tried to do it when he was tried to tell them to do it with the Knicks, and got mad because they were like, yo, that doesn't work no more. Trying to run a triangle offense against in a league where we're shooting threes now. Like, and we've been studying the triangle offense. So now we know how to guard and defend against that. So what are we talking about? So he's run the same ideas and philosophies from way back in the day. You have to adjust. The old psychology from way back in the day does not work today. People used to think, well, we have to beat our kids, and then now we're like, oh, well, actually, okay, that causes more damage mentally than it benefits. Okay, well, how do we do that? There's all these different changes that he was a dinosaur, but he just stayed. You know what I'm saying? Some
It kind of
people
go back to your point that she was saying, like, we perceived him as being open minded, but in actuality, he probably wasn't. You know what I mean?
right,
Because he did some stuff unconventionally. We always kind of labeled him like, oh man, he must be open minded. He doing this a different way. He taking them
right,
out, doing different things as a team that we don't see coaches do as bonding experiences. But
because he meditates
yeah,
and invites people to his house.
yeah. So
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
his perception of him was something that, oh no, breaking news as of 423.
Right.
Victor Oladipo suffered a
Oh,
torn patella tendon in his left knee. Out rest of series.
shoot, with all that,
So
he
yeah,
probably he out
I
for the
feel
summer.
I feel like I said this to a lot of people yesterday. Victor, I know we switching, but Victor Oladipo, it's about time for you to hang it up, my guy.
Ooh,
I feel like every time we the only team that really gave him like a real good shot of coming back. We helped him nurse that knee. He had, oh my goodness, he had some flashes of him old self every now and again, but he can't stay consistent. And it's the same knee that bothered him. Like, this one is a huge blow, a huge injury, and I feel like just trying to come back on it again. Like I don't feel like if Miami don't is not the team to like, hey, we're ready, we're willing to wait it out, nurse you back again. I don't know
Yeah.
a team that's gonna pick him up. So I feel like, I mean, for even for his health sake, like just might want to be like, hey man, I'm gonna get this back, but I think I'm gonna be done with the game.
See, and I think it's kind of like some people try to overextend their time in the league because you get used to seeing some of the players who play 17, 18, now a lot more players are playing the 20, 21 years in the league than it used to be. Players were playing 11 years and you're like, wow, he was in there for a while, you know. So yeah, I think sometimes people stay in the league too long or stay doing things too long. And so I think that kind of applies to Bo. But
Yeah,
yeah, dang, it's kind of sad because he's a younger dude. I think he's like my age. And
yeah, that's I think it's like I want to say 33-ish. Let me look. I'm looking at the
yeah,
recovery time. They saying roughly 6 months for a regular person. So maybe, with the medical equipment they have and his recovery speed, maybe a little bit more, but a little bit less, sorry. But that's a big one.
yeah. See, oh, dang, he's younger than me. He's 30. Yeah,
That's a tough one. That's why he's still trying to be like, I still got it.
right. And so, and I
He's
and I
seeing
know it
players
sucks,
like,
but
I think Dane like 33 or something like that. So he's seeing players like
mhm,
playing 33, 34. That's like similar style. Bradley Bill getting up
yeah,
there. So it's tough. I feel like you need to stop just because you get so many injuries on the same knee
yeah,
and stuff like that. It's like
yeah.
you also want to be able to walk after this. Like you don't want to be like
Right.
stepping into the next phase of your life and stuff like that. So
I mean, because when you think of RIP Bill Russell, um, him, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a lot of these older players, the way they walk around or walked around in their older years, they're all like barely able to walk. They got a walker or a cane and all that. They they,
yeah,
they
and that's
barely
also
can
might be
move.
height too.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah,
You tall, them bodies do not last. And that's on a regular person. But
yeah, that's
imagine
true.
getting banged up every year too.
Yeah, and so man, shoot, and a lot of football players talk about that, man. Like, yo, my knees, I would go back and not play if I knew that this would happen to my knees. I'm not able to run anymore or
Yeah.
do that. Like,
And they play shorter times too. So
yeah. So, and it's definitely unfortunate, but I think that, he has to, sometimes you got to have that talk in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, man, we done. It's
I think the
that hard
organization,
talk with yourself.
I think the doctors and the organization just gonna have to come to him. Now, if they come back and say, man, if you recover from this, I feel like your knee can be strong. Some injuries be like you come back, you be strong and stuff like that. I don't see this being the
Mm-hmm.
case, but if they come back and say, man, if you come back from this, you really gonna be really good. But just reading the Google search on that injury, they talking about, it can hurt, the quad something, hamstrings and all that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. Like everything's overcompensating. So it's a really tough injury to come back from. So I, like I said, I feel like he's around that time. Let's don't see another team kind of give him that push. Hope him the best, man. We won that game, but it felt like it would happen. Like I think we had 3 minutes left, and like the entire mood, like the bench was like shell shocked. The fans, I'm over here jaw dropped. I'm like, everything going fine. We blowing out the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? We just got blown out, so this is an actual a
Like a
good win for
revenge
us. But
game.
it's like,
Yeah.
man, it just, oh my goodness. Plus, at the same time, we already kind of hampered. Jimmy got hurt with his back. He kind of did like a similar fall, and he was like, maybe he came back, but we was already up enough that he didn't play the fourth quarter. But I was
Right.
like, man, we already kind of hampered. We kind of need an extra body, which he would be somebody we will lean on to with Tyler Hero being out. But
Right.
yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see more to come, you guys, on that. Well, maybe down in a couple months when he get the surgery and stuff to see what they say how long recovery time will be. So, yeah, man, it was a lot. I think we can wrap up this episode though, man. If you got anything else, you do some shout outs.
Nah. Yeah, man. Shout outs. Shoot. I'm gonna just keep shouting. Well, I have an actual shout out as well, but for sure, keep following the home team, DINO Fit. All my guys, Darnell, Cole, Nancy. Definitely, if you're in the Wichita area, contact us. I'm still just gonna drop that. But also, man, I'm gonna shout out somebody from my comment section.
Okay.
Because some of them actually like pretty cool, even if they was talking stuff back and forth, it's fine. But just and people are humans, you know. So yeah, there's a dude on here, seemed pretty cool. Drew Stevenson. He's a photographer, videographer. I guess he lives in Indiana. So Drew Allen Media. What up, man? Yo, thanks for all the interactions. And also after a while of like, you know, getting more information, all that type of stuff, he's like, oh man, I guess it does make sense, this and that. And I even saw like people were actually kind of coming at him a little bit in the comments. And he's like, y'all, honestly, bro, y'all coming a little too aggressive. Go follow these guys' podcast. He keeps telling people to follow the podcast. Oh yeah, man, for sure. You know, so thank you for that. Right. Yo, and I think I told him on there, yo, man, definitely welcome to come talk on the show. He talked about meeting a few different NBA players, and yo, if you ever want to come on the show, hit us up. Especially once we start wrapping up this playoffs talk, we can definitely, you know, we've got lots of other topics and everything that we really want to get into. Not just you, but other people as well.
Yeah, man, this summer we have to have a whole bunch of topics when the basketball season actually ends. And
oh yeah, we've already got some things in the tuck that I'm excited to talk about. But yeah, man, shout out to him, Drew Stevenson. What up?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Got to shout out the comments, man. I mean, glad you engaging with, you know, some of the folks. I'm glad people are telling them to reach out to us and stuff like that. So continue to do that, man. For my week, I mean, my shout out, I'm gonna do Haven't You Heard? It's a guy, he does like a lot of custom signage, custom things for your wall displays and stuff like that. It's kind of tailored around sneakers, but he can kind of do anything. He do a lot of stuff for like different businesses and stuff like that. So I got a couple of his custom artwork. So of course mine's more focused around shoes and stuff like that. But he has some stuff that he does for like some people's businesses and have some wall signage LEDs behind it and everything like that. So trying to see if I have something in reach. I think I can get something real quick, but he got a whole bunch of stuff that I've been rocking with. Haven't You Heard is the name of his brand. The guy's name is Jermaine. Met him on IG, bro. We've been cool ever since, man. We kind of chop it up every time. He got something new. I'll be like, hey man, if you got this in the works, let me know. Sometimes he have like some items that's damaged and shipping and stuff like that. So he's like, man, I gotta redo this anyway. Do anybody want to have this for this kind of price? And I'll be like, hey, hit me up, bro. I'll take it. You know, I know how your work is, so you know, I know.
Okay, I found him. Andy, a Navy vet. Okay.
Oh yeah, man. He hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like if you got something that you want kind of custom artwork kind of done display wise, he got you covered, man. Like,
oh yeah. Y'all gonna need to tap in. I'm looking at him right now. Yeah, y'all gonna need.
He got some work. So yeah. So one of the things I'll say, I like, of course, shoes and stuff like that. So some of my favorite shoe colorways, I told him I need to make some of these. So I want to hang them up when I get the display one. So this is one of them. You know, one of the plaques.
Ooh. Okay.
Kind of life size, you know what I'm saying? He signed them individual pieces and stuff like that. So, and then you got this one as well. Maroon, my favorite color, so I gotta have a maroon Jordan 1. Then he got a Jordan piece that I could show. I'll probably send a picture and you can embed it and stuff like that. So, okay, man, I just want to shout him out, bro. I've been following him for like years, man, at least 5 years, bro. So, one of the homies. So,
okay. Yeah, man. Definitely need to check in with him, man. Because there's some stuff on there that I'm probably want to get
too. Like, it's not, like, bro, it go crazy, man.
Okay, yeah. I got some baseball jerseys. I'm probably gonna want them to make. So
yeah. Y'all
So,
get
yeah.
at him. So
for sure, man. But yeah, like we always say, make sure you thank you for rocking with us, especially make it all the way to the end. More playoff basketball to watch. So definitely tune in. Talk to us in the comments. Tell us which games is getting y'all excited. Y'all predictions. Yeah, like, comment. Definitely, like I said, help us, get our numbers up on both YouTube and Instagram. We got things we're trying to do and trying to accomplish. So definitely thank y'all, Match My Energy fam. So like I always say, whether we chat like bros or I debate you like an enemy, it's all fun and games. Just match my energy.
Match My Energy. And we out.
Just match my energy. Just match my energy. Yeah.